right, Porter, just take us through that last possession. Did you think about calling timeout? Were you happy with what Lowe's was able to get done?
Yeah, we actually talk about that in advance. If it was an attack mode down to kind of the time and score based on what we want, and knowing with Texas Tech how good their defense are, you call a timeout, and they can just completely set their defense. They can get the right matchups, they can completely. So it's a feel. You're seeing a lot of people. I didn't want them to set up. We were in attack mode, we were in double bonus, we went downhill with Lowe's, who I thought Lowe's was playing, and we have a little attack, a little hook, fake hook, different stuff we do, but he missed a shot. So, but I thought Lowe's had a great, did offensively did some really good things in the second half. But we go in there in advance knowing, like, sometimes it's a feel if I don't like it, but like we were coming down, he missed that free throw, and we were in attack mode on stuff we practice, and sometimes when you just call timeout, they can just especially a team like Texas Tech, they can just completely set your defense. So that was our thought process.
You guys went up 9 in that second half, a really big run to kind of take control of the game.
Yeah.
What were you guys doing well to get that run, and then maybe what happened down the stretch?
It's our issue with this team. We got some of us, we take the foot off the gas defensively. We keep fighting, and I don't have 30 timeouts, and we come out of a timeout, we get. And we have some guys that simply just, I got to tip my hat out to Chancellor Millen. I thought he had a career night. He was hitting flying shots into the corner. He got one off a rescreen on an end out. You just got to be down and ready. And you know what we're going to do. They hit on a low action in the far corner against their bench, of stuff we've gone over. And everything matters when it's a 1-point loss. Everything matters at a 1-point loss. And, that's, even this. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys have thought of this, but I trust me. It's bothered me so much. They were at free throw. We were like, last shot, start the action at 10. Start the action at 10. We go down the other end, they start the action at 19. We're screaming, hold up, with the last shot. We didn't. They come down, get fouled, make 2 free throws. That stuff, leadership stuff that we're in there, we were talking about it at their free throw. See, with 29 seconds left, we want the last shot. We're starting our action at 10, and we started at 18. That's a complete mental breakdown. That starts with me. We're obviously not coached well enough, but we sat there and talked about that. Everything matters, man. Everything matters. And I thought offensively, you told me we would have scored 84 points. I thought we did some really good things, man. I had some really good things offensively, time and time again against an elite defensive team. And our second half defense got us. And we left 9 free throws on the table. It's the first time I'll probably say that this year. It's the first time I'll say, man, our free throw shooting got us. And that's literally the first time all year I've said that we've really struggled. We left 9. In a 1-point game, we left 9 on the table. Those are some of the things.
Go Ryan Avery, then TJ.
Yeah, Porter, you talk about everything matters. Obviously, that first few minutes, Tech was able to get to the bucket, build that quick 8-point lead.
Yeah.
What'd you see there that wasn't going right for y'all, especially defensively? Obviously, I know it sort of, this game came in waves at you, but how important was that first stretch?
Yeah, I mean, it was. And I thought how we responded the first time was even bigger, because I thought they were up, were they up 17-9, and then we turned around and took the lead. And that was in that stretch when we called the timeout. I think it was 17-9.
Yeah.
And I think we had 9 straight stops after that. All right, our defense really kicked in. And so that's going to happen sometimes, those early leads like that. But over the course of the game, I just, with McMillan, I mean, 27 points on 13 shots. I mean, that was a career high performance, and he was locked and loaded. I thought, I thought for us, I thought Rivaldo Suarez did so many good things for us. He had 10 rebounds, he had some blocks, 4 assists, no turnovers. Like I said, offensively, we kept on answering the bell. I thought it's just 72% in the second half defense and missing your free throws is very, very tough to overcome against the top 20 team, number 1 in the Big 12.
You mentioned it a little bit already, but just how thin are the margins in games like this?
Very thin. They're very thin, and that's what you try to, bind things that bind this team together. And they really want to, this year, and that's what you got to understand when you're playing for March and playing for in there. That everything matters. So if the big boy's out beyond 3 and they're running a little back, you got to be of high hands. You can't have this, so they throw 2 backdoor passes. It adds up. It adds up. The positive is these guys care, and this is not a broken locker room. This is a locker room that's hurting right now. They are crushed in there, and they are going to, only one way to respond. I mean, the last 2 days, I couldn't ask for them to respond better against Texas. I can tell you, they responded every which way you'd want young men to respond. They played their tails off in practice. They were locked in. We didn't get it done. But it isn't because we're sitting here, we got a fractured locker room, we got some attitude problems. We don't have any of that. All right, and that's what gives me absolute passion to know that we still can build wins on this thing because our schedule is so tough. You're going to get great opportunities to win, and that's what I love about this team right now. They're crushed and we're crushed. I know all that. All right, but that's a good thing if they are. It's a bad thing if they're sitting there like pointing fingers and that. That's not this locker room right now. They are really hurting right now, and that's what's going to make us bounce back.
Ryan Chapman and James Hale.
You mentioned that very end, starting the action too early. Is that just guys getting absorbed by the moment and just getting overexcited? Is that the mental fatigue?
Yeah. I mean, we practiced the last shot of the second half. We literally, it was a dead ball. We set our action. We knew what we were going to do, and I said start it at 10. And we go down there, they're waiting, and all of a sudden they start it at 18. And we're trying to scream, hold up, and then they take a shot, they come down and get fouled. And that's 2 free throws. Those are just things that, like, I need, leadership on the other end. Those are things that everything matters. You want the last shot, and so those are things. And there's a lot of little things that loses the game. No, I can sit here and give you 12 things that we had a point here or there. We have a thing. If you ask our guys, what's your offensive rebounding philosophy when there's low shot clock on a baseline of bounce play? There's low shot clock on a baseline of bounce play. What's our rebounding philosophy? They'll all tell you. No one goes to the offensive glass. It's a quick shot. A lot of times those rebounds can go for a long basket. We have literally a philosophy on that. We all crash. We miss a shot, they break away for a layup. Like, they knew right away. They're like, so those are the things that they've got to keep coming together. And I tell you, I know what binds them is none of them have been to the NCAA tournament. Only the coach has been to the NCAA tournament. And we've used that as a fuel to bind them. That, like, man, this is what binds you together. I told them my first team at Creighton that I played on, none of us went to the NCAA tournament. But it bound us. It bound us. We were fighting so hard for that, and we went. And we went. So it doesn't have to be a negative, but you've got to learn that everything matters. There's a lot of little things that go into these games, and that end of the half was one of them. That offensive rebound on a baseline of bounce play was one of them. And so like I said, the guys' mentality, they were talking about it right away. They knew it. So that's what I love about this group, is right now they are not fractured. They're hurting. They're not pointing fingers at each other, and that's where I know we can bounce back from 2 tough losses.
Jaden is such a good player. It looks like he need to do everything they can to keep him from really get going. He makes some great passes, but what were they doing to try to negate what he does?
Just being physical. Being really physical. Times they denied him the ball. I mean, it's just, and we can learn from that. Like, like Steph Curry, you look at a lot of guys and people try to take guys away. There's different things working without the ball. I thought he did some good things better than he did against Texas. But got a lot of confidence in him. He's gonna continue to get better. I know he struggled tonight, 2 for 11, but he's a huge part of what we're doing. And he was better with some of the physicality. Just the shots didn't go in, but he was better with the physicality.
Okay, we got time for a few more questions. We're going to go Barry and then Chris.
Yeah, Porter, the road team won the last 3 of your games.
I'm sorry?
Your road team has won the last 3 of your games. You won at Cincinnati, came home and lose these 2 at home. I know the record's one-sided for home teams, but as the further we go, is it getting to where that's becoming negated and about any game's up for grabs?
I haven't put that much deep thought into it, Barry, to be honest with you. I don't know. I know it's hard to win on the road. It's hard to win at home. And we didn't take the advantage of 2 great crowds here. But we played really well last time on the road. And that should give us some confidence. We'll talk about the next 48 hours, going into a hostile environment. Kansas State, who's lost 2 in a row. But that should give us confidence that we played well on the road against Cincinnati. We fought. We played really, really hard and gritty. And we got to do the same Tuesday.
Coach, knowing Los as well as you do, how will he personally respond to missing that last shot, potential game-time shot?
You know what? He knows that I have total confidence in him. I think he's bothered by some of the stuff that he knows that a lot of things added up to get to that point. That didn't lose us the game. It would have helped us tie the score with. But oh man, he's hurt. He's hurt because we all know, like, we got to find ways to get stops. 72%. And again, I tipped her hat. They made some really, really good thread the needle back doors. Both those back doors were absolute thread the needles. Great plays. They hit some tough threes on the move, flying into the corners. You got to tip your hat on. Man, we got to be better, not even giving them that. Trying to make, not even shoot it. And that's our stand. I mean, especially when the guy's on a heater. The kid was on a heater. But
Well,
go ahead.
Okay, we'll go Myron, Holden, and Mason to close it out.
Also, Miles, it's some big shots for
Yeah.
him. Is that something offensively? He's kind of.
No, he's been very good. He had 13 points, 5 assists, no turnovers. Think about that. 13 points, 5 assists, no turnovers. And Javion actually had 3 assists, no turnovers. So those two did really well. But we had 11, some other guys, turnovers off the bench. But I thought Los had a great mentality. I thought he just was doing a lot of really good things.
His confidence in it?
Yeah, oh, for sure. He's pissed. He's hurting. And, it'd be way worse if you're sitting there and that they're just like, they're not hurting. That hurt is going to fuel us. There's a lot left. There's a lot of games. You stubbed our toe. There's no doubt. Did worse than that. We're going to find a way to bounce back because they care. The last 2 days, how hard they fought in practice, how hard they studied for the game plan. Just when you get out there, there's little things that add up.
Holden.
Grant McCastle was pretty complimentary of the crowd and the environment today. Just what did you think of what the crowd?
I just said on the radio, they were great. That's what I envisioned. And I thought they were really. I thought they were so loud, and I thought there were times, and Texas Tech just answered it. I mean, because we were trying to get going, all of a sudden they hit a 3 flying into the corner. They hit a couple threes at the end of the shot clock. I think they had 2 threes with like 1 or 2 seconds on the shot clock over the 40-minute game. That all adds up. That all adds up. And but I thought the crowd was awesome. It was awesome. And man, they made a difference.
Mason to close
Porter,
it out.
you expected Sam to have a bounce back game today. How much did it help, and how much will it help moving forward to have
I
him
thought
going
Sam was
again?
outstanding. He had a bounce for a step. You can see how he went and tried to wind up and dunk that one. On that little action we did for him, went right at him. I think it's what Sam had 13 and 8, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 8 rebounds, 13 points in 24 minutes. I thought he was outstanding. It's great to have that kind of effort from Sam. Should have been a great effort and a win. Like he was really tough in there, and it was great to see him get back. Like I said, I can sum it all up. There's a lot of little things that go into winning, and the second half defense there was a handful that you just point your finger to that added up.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Porter.
Thanks, Porter.